Hi, I'm Dru Vincent. Welcome to Kickin' It Across America. We are in Ellsworth, Maine, home of the Eagles at the Harold Tug White Stadium here in Ellsworth, Maine. Down East Maine, kicking it across Maine.
A unique quality that one recognizes after a while about the great state of Maine is that it is very provincial. It seems to be like its own country, and why not? The people that call the Pine Tree State home, they know it, and now so do I. For me, though, it was just a simple 4,000-mile journey to get here across North America from Alaska with my blind dog, Rusty. Let me tell you, it is as beautiful and unspoiled here as it is diverse. The pristine beauty, the rugged coastlines, these stunning vistas, and the unsurpassed changing fall colors, to the wonderful people that live and work here in this very amazing and unique culture. I also found the second largest Trader Joe's in the franchise in Portland, along with some amazing vistas at Acadia National Park, and discovered my new favorite town of Bar Harbor, Maine. But I gotta remember, I'm here for one thing, and that is to kick 50 field goals in 50 states. And I think I found a goodie here in Maine. I also found an amazing world behind these goalposts. I'm Dru Vincent, and we are kicking it across America.
Hi, I'm Dru Vincent. Welcome to Kickin' It, the show that takes you around North America, cities and towns, big and small. Every town has a story, and I'm hoping every town has a goalpost, because I'm gonna kick 50 field goals in 50 states. I'm Dru Vincent. Come on along for the ride, because we are kicking it.
When you think of Maine, what do you think of? You think of amazing fall colors, of course. Basketball? Yeah, perhaps. Show off. But of course, the one thing that is unmistakably Maine: lobster. There were approximately 4,500 lobstermen in Maine, and last year they caught 120 million pounds of this deliciousness. Oh, and coffee too. But I guess that's anywhere.
Hey, where are we now?
We're near Bar Harbor, Maine. Look at this, they got an honor system for pumpkins.
What are you doing?
I'm putting money in the honor system box, Maine.
Hey, we just stayed here. It was awesome.
Awesome, good to hear.
God, what's your name?
Chuck.
Are you the owner?
One of them, yeah. Connor's the
What a
owner.
great place. I love your story. Look at that.
Awesome, thank you.
Murdering some lobsters, are you?
Yeah.
I had the pulled pork, and she had the haddock sandwich, and fantastic.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome to hear. Here, I'll give you some flames here.
Beautiful. All the people that come up from New York and Boston, they're called leaf peepers. Leaf peepers, and we were lucky enough to catch peak season here in Maine. And my new favorite town of all time is Bar Harbor, or as they say, Bar Harbor. I think I could live here. It reminded me a little bit of Alaska because there was some cruise ships in port, just like Alaska. One of my favorite libraries of all time resides in the little town of Winter Harbor, Maine. This building was originally built in 1887 as a Unitarian chapel. Well, the Unitarian Church gave it to the town in the 1950s. And then in 1996, the library moved into this amazing historic 1887 building. Now this is a library. This is the most important building in town. A staple in Winter Harbor is Pete Drinkwater's 5 and 10. This is like walking back in time. Let's take a look, shall we? So who's the picture up here?
That's Mr. Kresge.
Kresge,
Yes,
of the department stores.
of the department stores. It's overlooking in a good place up there, watching over my store. I closed the last Kresge store in existence, and when I closed it, I took him off the wall and took him with me, and felt this would be a good spot for him to retire to.
Wow. And where was that last store?
The last store available was outside of Philadelphia in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. That was in 1986 when we closed the last Kresge store.
Was that like an emotional moment, or was that, did you know that was the last store?
I did not know it at the moment. It was the
Oh.
last store until about probably a little while later, but found out we were the very last one. So,
And when did you buy into this store? Has it always been the 5 and 10, or?
it's been multiple things. It's been a grocery store, and then it closed a few years. Then the person I bought it from came in, and he used to work for McCrory's, and he quit McCrory's and opened this up as a 5 and 10. He was here 16 years when I walked in on vacation, and asked him if he was for sale, and he said he put on the market 2 weeks earlier. We went back to Philadelphia, sold our house, and we've been here for 31 years.
So you came on vacation, saw the store, said, you know what, I want to live here, I
Yep.
want to buy this store.
You
Here
got
we
it.
are 31 years later.
31 years later, we're still here, and Mr. Kresge's been watching over us all 31 years.
This is the way life is supposed to be here in Maine, isn't it? Awesome. Hi, welcome to Kickin' It. We're in Ellsworth, Maine with Josh Frost, the athletic director here at Ellsworth High School. So explain the difference between 8-man and 11-man. Which players are missing on the 8-man?
Yeah, so this is our first year with 8-man.
Okay.
And the difference is you take away 2 linemen.
Okay.
And then 1 specialty, so wide receiver or running back or something like that. From the field size, we basically, instead of being, I believe, 53 1/3 yards wide, we're actually 40 yards wide. But we're still 100 yards long.
So it's thinner,
It's
width-wise,
right.
but it's still the same 100.
Still the same, yep. And so what that does is just means that you just can't bounce to the outside.
Okay.
So and everything else is still football. It's still hitting pads, it's still blocking, it's still scoring touchdowns.
Now, where did you grow up?
I actually graduated from Ellsworth, 1998.
Oh wow, youngster.
Yeah. So this is my 5th year as athletic director. I was teaching prior to that, but it's nice to come back home and be in charge of all the athletic things that happen here.
Well, this area is beautiful. This down east, I mean, the people are nice. The area is nice, and we're here at the most beautiful time of year, obviously.
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
I just fell in love with it. I mean, this is the way life should be, as the all the slogans say.
Yeah.
Now I got to look on the field.
Does the amount of bleachers represent the amount of people that
Yeah.
come to the games?
So yeah, we are lacking the bleachers, but I'll tell you what, that hill, that's our home side. The hill is great. The fans will sit up on that hill.
I had a feeling, yeah.
You know, we'll put the pep band in the bleachers right there,
Awesome.
and cheerleaders in front of them, and they're playing, and so it's certainly something that, you know, 5 years down the road, hopefully we'll have, you know, a bigger stadium feel.
Awesome.
You know, it would be kind of nice to have.
So I see the lights. So do you go Friday night games?
We do, yep. So we'll play either 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Friday night games, just depending on who's traveling. I mean, this year we've had some away teams that have come from quite a distance, so they'd rather play a little bit earlier at 6, so they're not getting home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, things like that. We're the only 8-man football team that's kind of in down East Maine, or even Eastern Maine, I guess. The next closest opponent is by Augusta. I mean, it's from Ellsworth to Kittery, which is, you know, the first town into Maine. We started, yeah, they're playing both ways, offense and defense. We started the year off with 16, and in our first game, because of a few injuries and sickness, we actually only had 12 in pads. So that was really interesting to see.
12 in pads, 16
subs,
positions.
You know, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 subs. And so our kids are playing offense and defense. We're up to about 20 kids right now because it gained interest. Kids were seeing that they could play and be competitive, and it wasn't like they were, you know, from a safety factor, they were going to get injured or hurt from, you know, playing these big linemen and whatnot. So, so kids do play the offense and defense. We have some kids out there for every snap of the game.
Awesome. But they're young; they can do that.
Yeah.
What's the enrollment here?
We're at about 520 right now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We've gone up a lot. We've had a huge freshman class come in.
Good.
And then we've had some transfers come in and whatnot. So Ellsworth certainly is growing. We're growing. We have a lot more apartment buildings coming up and buildings and things like that. And Jackson Lab has now come into the area. They used to be on December Harbor, but now they also have a office in Ellsworth. So that's big. And so we're growing. And we expect the population, the enrollment, and the students to continue to grow.
That's great. That's what you want. Well, it sure is a beautiful area and a beautiful field.
You came at a great time too.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we are missing some leaves back there on trees and whatnot, but you kind of get the idea of the changing of the leaves.
Well, been here for about a week, went to the park, and so we definitely saw peak colors, and the people here are amazing. I mean, this is the way it's supposed to be. I mean, I've been all over this country, and this is one of my new favorite places. It's probably my second favorite state now. Alaska's still first.
Yeah.
It was California, but Maine just pushed California back to number 3rd or 4th.
Yep.
But I love your state and I love your area and the people here down east. And we thank you for your time and good luck to you and continued success.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. You bet. It's good.
Does that count if it hits the bar?
You see, Parky, that's how you doink it and it goes through. So the guy in the Bears, his name was Parky, he double doinked it to the end of the season. So the last, to get in, win the playoff game, had to make it. Hit that, goes this way. They lose.